Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Knack. We have got some live action coming at you right now on MLG Shatter Temple. We have got Zergcore versus Marshall. This is going to be a phenomenal matchup here because these guys are fairly well, evenly matched. Fairly evenly matched. Zergcore he just made it to Platinum, though, and Marshall, I think, just made it to Gold, maybe? Or is he still Silver? I can't remember. I think he's Gold now.
I could find out, I think, somehow. I don't know.
Maybe.
Anybody who's not, well, nobody's obsing, so anybody on stream want to find out for us?
Yeah, he's in channel Knack right now if anybody's looking for him. But Zergcore going to be spawning as our blue Zerg here at the bottom corner, or the 7 o'clock position, I guess. 1 o'clock position, we do have Marshall spawning as the red Protoss. And a little bit of stutter step there, was going to put his pylon close to his Nexus, realized that he wanted to wall off against Zerg. Not a bad idea, and replace that. So slightly behind there, did change the timing there, but just a little bit. It's going to put him slightly behind on his 11th probe. But that's okay. Looks like he should be able to recover from that. Zergcore going to be happily joining up right now at this moment. And about to get an Overlord out, potentially. No, not yet. Oh, he already got his second one. There it is, right there. Never mind, my bad. Did scout over here with this first Overlord. Does not see his opponent. So knows to go to the top location here to find his opponent with that drone. So good knowledge there from Zergcore. He does know his maps well. Always remember that on these MLG map, or on MLG Shattered Temple rather, you cannot spawn in the close positions. You must spawn on the other side of the map. So always good to know that. But the wall off here for Marshall looks to be pretty solid. It will be completed, I assume, with his cybernetics core. But before I get too far, I guess we probably ought to introduce my co-caster who's sitting here patiently, not saying anything while I'm blabbing away.
I'm watching.
You're watching, having some good times. But it is Alt Denial, and he is here. What do you have to say for yourself, brother?
I didn't do it.
Haha.
I saw a question mark go up.
For what?
Marshall said, wow.
Yeah, Marshall said no close spots. That's correct. And Zergcore question mark. That's funny. That's okay.
I'm actually surprised on a map this big, not seeing an expansion from Zergcore yet.
Yeah, I'm kind of interested.
Heck, even Marshall, I would think there would be a Forge Fast Expand on something that easy to defend.
Yeah, this is a decent map for Forge Fast Expands. You don't get a high ground advantage at your expansion, but you do have a fairly nice long choke that's fairly easy to wall off, and it's fairly easy to defend. You do have some high ground advantage that you can utilize, as well as a short enough choke to wall off reasonably.
I did like that what Zergcore just did. He made a pair of Zerglings, just one pair, sent one to the Zelnaga Tower at the middle of the map, kept one in his base, took out the scouting probe. So yeah. He's managing it pretty well right now.
Yeah, he's getting a lot better. I mean, he has made it up to just now made it to Platinum. So when we met him, he was at Silver. So he's made pretty good progress, I'd say, in his career so far.
Do you know when he went back to Zerg?
I don't remember when he switched, to be honest. So,
because I know he left Silver as Terran, and I don't remember if he got Platinum as Terran as well.
I don't know, but the trouble for Marshall at this moment is he's supply blocked severely, and there goes a pylon. Okay, so he should be okay. But he is going to go, looks like a 1-gate robo so far. Probably going to add a couple gates to that, I would assume. There goes 1, 2, so 3 gates in robo. The trouble with this build, if you're going to try and do this one, you really have to execute well. And so for tips for Marshall is really work on your timings and really watch your supply count so that you always have good pylons, especially against Zerg with a 3-gate robo.
Yeah, I like to see the build he's doing right now, the way he's doing it. I actually like to see more against a Protoss player in a PvP situation. Because you're going to have that Immortal come out right on the front line just in time like if you look at the clock right now, you're at almost 7 minutes, so you're looking right around the time you're gonna have a 4 gate push coming, and that's
Yeah.
what it's for. You have sentries out, you have the immortal out, you block the ramp, and you take them out with the immortals. Um, Against Zerg, especially if they see what you're doing, you're gonna have a tougher time because all they got to do is mass Zerglings.
Right. Yeah, that's true. But we do have plenty of roaches on the field right now for Zergcore. He's actually massing up a fairly scary force right now. Looks like he's going to push out across the map here. Uh-oh. Marshall going to be moving down to the low ground. So this is going to be really interesting. I like his timing here, but it's lucky timing for Zergcore. But the trouble with Zergcore's play at this moment is he is supply blocked. There he goes. He just fixed that. But
So,
he couldn't reinforce that. He's having to back out here because of that.
yeah, and the fact that he did go all those roaches is a good thing for Marshall. But now you see what I said. He saw the immortals, and look, he's just making Zerglings.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
Marshall putting in a forge and another pylon.
Yep, and Zergcore is looking to take advantage of this. And the trouble with both of these guys need to really stay on top of staying, not getting supply blocked. This is a couple times now in a row. Both of these players have been supply blocked.
Honestly, right now, if you want the truth, I would like to see Zergcore push. I think he could take out this army right now.
Oh yeah, he's going to take advantage of Marshall going to being on the low ground and trying to take his expand right now, with just immortals, essentially for his defense here. And the immortals, as long as he can get a decent surround, these guys are going to fall pretty fast. I mean, Zergcore's got a superior army right now, and he's going to be going for the gold here. This is great play from Zergcore, I think. It's just he really got a couple supply blocks in there. He could have annihilated his opponent, I think, at this point if he didn't get himself supply blocked a couple times.
Zergcore, Marshall has a observer inside Zergcore's main. He sees everything going on in there. He does not, however, see the expansion. But if he paid it out, there he goes now. But if he was watching the drones closely enough in the main, he would have seen them being moved over.
Right.
So he's got a decent amount of information.
Yeah, I'd say pretty good.
On the other end, Zergcore pretty much knows exactly what's going on over in the base.
Yeah, he's got his overseer cruising around.
I'm actually surprised that Marshall's not doing something about it yet.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised at that too. I mean, he definitely should see it. And the trouble for Marshall right now is he's floating a lot of minerals and he doesn't really have a good force built up. And with Protoss, it's super important to always, always, always be warping in units.
In his defense, I think he was planning that because of that warp prism. I think he wanted to put something right in the base, and it kind of got foiled for him.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's probably true. Yeah, that's true. You're right. Sorry, Marshall. You were doing fine.
We still love you.
Zergcore does see the expansion. Looks like he's about to lose the Overseer. Yes, he does, but he did scout out that entire army size there, so that's nice for him.
Honestly, compared to what Zergcore has at the moment, that's actually a pretty scary army size.
Yeah, it really is. Zergcore is fallen behind here, and I'm not entirely sure why. He's floating 2K minerals, and so, I mean, he could be in phenomenal shape right now, but
he has absolutely no detection. To be honest with you, if Marshall decided to go DTs right now, I'm not sure if Zergcore would catch it.
Yeah, no, I don't think he would. I mean, this Zergcore was doing extremely well just a moment ago, and for whatever reason, he's kind of fallen apart here. And so, I mean, I guess my tip for Zergcore is, dude, you were doing phenomenal, staying on top of all of your resource spending. Keep that stuff up through the entire game, and you are going to be rocking and rolling.
There is one thing to keep in mind with Zerg, especially in the early game. If you get good economy going, you're going to end up floating minerals at some point, simply because with the larva and the way they work, you're not always going to have the larva to spend on it.
Well, yeah, but not 2K before the 15-minute mark.
No, if you have 2K, you should definitely have like 400 Zerglings.
Right.
I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to attack somebody with 400 Zerglings.
Oh, it would be phenomenal. It's easy.
200 max army of nothing but Zerglings.
Attack move, good game. But I do like that Zergcore is triple expanding right now, trying to spend those minerals. That's really, really nice stuff there. And that's going to give him the production capability to, be in good shape there. Units tab does show that he is slightly behind economically, though, in the drone count. Poking in there with some Zerglings just to see what's going on. Does see quite a few Zealots. Did not see the Colossus, however, so the Colossus is going to be a great tech switch. Oh, he does see it now. Oh, wow, those...
And Extended Lance is finishing right now.
Yeah.
He should make a push right now.
Yeah, Marshall would be in great shape. I mean, yeah, Zergcore's slightly ahead in the supply count, but not by much. And there's good DPS in this army. Plus, all of these Zealots are really going to tank damage from the
There's
having army.
Attack at the back of Zergcore's third.
Oh, there, nice.
And here's what I was talking about, why you want to extend the creep as fast as you can. You see how long it took those roaches? Watch right now.
Yeah.
How long it takes them just to get across that short stretch of grass.
Yeah, it's too long. And creep spread's super important. Yeah, so Zergcore, I mean, he's got a couple things that he can work on. He does have creep tumors out, but he just hasn't stayed on top of spreading. And that is a problem.
And creep tumors, I mean, he's expanding out okay, but he needs to focus more on connecting his bases.
Yeah.
It's like somebody told me, and you'll know who it is, that creep literally makes or breaks a game more often than you would think for Zerg.
Oh, and one shot is exactly correct. Yeah, it's absolutely is true. Not only do you gain vision, but the speed more often than not is the greatest ally that a Zerg player has. And if you lose that capability, it can really, really be troublesome for you. I would like to see Marshall go ahead and expand here. Oh, there he goes. Sure enough. It's a little late still, but I mean, at least this is the right idea. But he's pushing out, and I don't blame him.
Where he expanded kind of makes me a little nervous. I mean, it's tricky, but if it gets caught, it's going to be hard for him to go back and forth between bases.
Yeah, well, that's true, but... Well, no, you're absolutely right. What can I say?
He doesn't have the most mobile force. He has, 6, maybe 7 stalkers?
Yeah. Oh, this is great for Marshall.
No, great for Zergcore. He has all the, or at least 2 of them, mind controlled. There we go. Sorry.
I still think, yeah, this DPS though for Marshall, I think is really going to brutalize Zergcore. I think Zergcore is about to lose this. I mean, he's trying to remax an army right now and doing a good job of it. But that fungal was pretty clutch though. I'll give him that. Looks like he's going to be able to hold on here, but I don't know at what cost. But this is the thing. Why is Marshall leaving 3 Colossus sitting back there? Oh my goodness, he could be doing so much more damage right now.
Wonder if he'll catch him.
Oh, come on. That just makes me want to facepalm right there. Keep your army together. That's the best advice I can give you. Oh, please don't tell me he's just about to lose this Colossus because of that. Okay, never mind.
He's losing all of them.
Yeah, Marshall, you have got to keep your force together, brother. Yeah. Tox has got the open mouth face. What in the world is going on? I mean, Marshall just had that game and gave it away because of that small mistake right there. Well, I say small. It's actually a pretty big mistake. I mean, he's still doing a decent amount of damage, but my goodness, if he still had 4 Colossus together in this army, it'd be unstoppable. That's way too much DPS. I'd be surprised if Marshall ends up winning this at this point. I mean, it's taken Zergcore a long time to clean this up, but...
Yeah, and Zergcore actually has lost quite a bit, other than his main base.
Right.
He doesn't have the same income he had before, so he's going to be a lot slower building. It's going to be harder for him to get back up there.
Yeah.
Until he gets a decent supply of drones at each base. If Marshall just keeps pushing, I think with those 4 right there, I think he should push right now.
Huh.
The 4 DPs he has.
Yeah, and he's going in there to the expand. That's actually really good. I didn't realize how few drones Zergcore had. You're right. Marshall's doing a pretty good job here.
But you're absolutely right. Had he connected those, had he kept those Colossi with his army, he definitely would have had it.
I think he could have won right there. And it just came down to simple micro, not even something intense. It was just something as simple as, what?
We got more. Unless they just went that fast. I was gonna say we got more DTs going down into his gold expansion.
Yeah, it's
Zergcore's gold expansion.
It's the same ones. They completely took out everything else.
Are they the same 4 that were in the main? Nope, the 4 that were in the main are still there. Those are different.
Oh no,
ones.
I meant the ones at the far expand, the 3 o'clock expand.
Okay. Oh, Zergcore's making out all right with that one overseer.
That was pretty decent reaction time for him there. Of course, I think he already had it up. I can't remember, but he did clean that up. But I mean, if you look at the units tab, Zergcore's still at only 29 drones. Marshall's got a roaring economy, and
one thing that would help yeah, there he goes.
Yeah,
moving those drones.
But yeah, I mean, Marshall's setting himself up to win this game.
You know, it's not. Oh, catch those probes! Catch those probes!
Well, that actually worked in his favor because Zergcore split his army there for a moment. Look at all these Zerglings going to waste. Oh, wow.
Man.
Those DTs are so strong. This push for Marshall is going to go extremely well. I would just keep pushing here.
Yeah, you got the DTs dealing with Zerglings, and then you got the Immortals in the background dealing with all the roaches.
7 of them, too. That's a lot of Immortals. You very rarely get to see people massing Immortals like that, but it's super effective, especially against roach-heavy armies.
The DTs alone are ripping through the roaches.
Oh, yeah. This is ridiculous force here for him.
Snipe that hatch right now with the Immortals. It'll go down like 2 shots.
Yep. Look how fast those Immortals brutalize those buildings. Wow, and those DTs they're being spotted, and they still rip through that entire force that fast. Unbelievable. I think Marshall's just won this game.
Zergcore played well, but I think Marshall just came on top.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, Zergcore's he's a great player, and he's made leaps and strides. But then there are small things I think that he needs to work on. I mean, honestly, he could have had this game, I think, if he had just kept spending his minerals early in the game. He just got to a couple spots where he's like, I don't know exactly what to do here, you know. And it's those small moments where you've just got to have an answer, a go-to answer. Now, you tell me honestly, isn't that exactly what One Shot's been telling you? I mean, not in those exact same words, but essentially, he's trying to tell you how you've got to have your go-to strategies. What are you going to do in what situations? And that's where it turns you from a good player into a great player. Yes, no?
And that looks like game. Yeah, it does. The one thing he's been stressing is you go into the game with a single strategy, and then no matter what happens, no matter how you have to answer, you make sure you go back to that strategy to keep your force moving forward.
Right.
Because what ends up happening is a lot of people will start off with one idea, they'll see something happening, and then their original plans put on the back burner despite how much they've already prepared for it.
Yeah, I agree. Yep, it's great advice, and you heard it there from Alt Denial, one of our greatest players on Team Alt, who is probably going to be the first Grandmaster, right? You're going to be the first Grandmaster on our team?
We'll see.
Well, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for playing. Don't Alt Tab. Always Alt StarCraft. We will see you guys in just a minute.